And would you like to introduce yourself?
No.
All right.
Sally.
That's Aunt Sally. And today is Thursday at Providence Soapery 62959. And today we are making the original bubbly soap. We are 90 minutes into the cook, and Aunt Sally is stirring for her first time. Now I have a couple of big news for y'all today that I'm going to share with you. I am making a smaller batch, which will be called Summer Sally, named after my Aunt Sally, and I'm going to bring you all along for that. But first I want to introduce you to the new soaping dog we have. Come here. Come here, buddy, sit. Can you sit? He's just learning. This is Buddy. This is Buddy. Buddy, are you camera shy? Buddy. Buddy, he is. He's camera shy. Now I wanted to show you this because maybe you've received a soap scrap sample. Aunt Sally has been helping me today by making soap scrap samples. And what this is the soap in an organza bag. And how you use it is you use the soap in the bag so you get the whole thing wet, and you wash your hands with the soap in the bag. And then if you want to put, a washcloth under it to keep your sink from getting dry, you just use it until it's gone. And this is a gift to you. Now, I wanted to show you, now the Summer Sally soap is going to be all soap scrap samples. And I probably should figure out my contest, but I'll tell you about the contest at the end of the video, or I'll make another one. You might have to hang on. So we are going to go with a Soapbox Tour in case you would like to buy some soap. I didn't bring my my light over here, but I have a special. It's a COVID-19 special. 3 bars of soap for $11. Now, I make the soap, as you can see, in small batches. I make about an 8.5 pound loaf. Oops, I should finish this too. 8.5 pound loaf, and so we have limited supplies. What I am making today is the original bubbly, so I always have that. And that has in it the Holy Trinity of oils. It's the most expensive bar, which is why it costs the most. And it's a lady's shaving soap. It has coconut oil, palm oil, coconut, palm, and olive. Olive oil is the other one. The rest of my bars have coconut, manteca, and soybean oil. So since this is 90 minutes into the cook, we're going to let it cook another 30. And then I'm going to add the luxurious super fats that just is so conditioning on your skin. Now, if you would like the recipe for the class size bar, which is this size, the small crock pot, I am not giving you all the information that you need to know. You are responsible for yourself. This is a disclaimer. You should be an adult if you're watching this. And if you're not an adult, you need an adult. So I'm not teaching you everything you need to know to make soap. So you be responsible for yourself, okay? But if you need the recipe, you can email me, or you can press pause and try to read this, okay? That's for the class size, okay? My email is penny_nelson@yahoo.com. PENNIE_Nelson, NELSON, at yahoo.com. So if you want to send me an email, that will enter you in for the drawing, because I am going to give away this Black Eyed Susan soap, which is a smaller size, which has patchouli and orange, and this Equipping Haiti gift size. So if you will send me an email with your address, you'll be entered into the drawing. But I would prefer that you become a subscriber on my YouTube channel if you are not. So either way, if you could do me a favor by subscribing, I'd appreciate it. I've just reached 200 subscribers. Can you believe that 200 people would want to put up with me? Okay, for the Soapbox Tour, this is my soapbox that I usually keep in my car. I always have this available, and if you need to order some things, what I do is I will ship 6 bars to you with an additional cost of $8 because that's how much it cost me to mail it to you. So you'd have to order 6 bars and pay an additional $8 to get it shipped to you. It is first come, first serve. I have a limited supply, so you better put your order in right now. So we're going to start with the original bubbly soap, which I've already told you about. It has a nice orange scent, and it's an all-time favorite. Next we have the Lavender Oatmeal soap. Most people like lavender and oatmeal. Next here I offer, and Sally's phone's going off. Somebody's calling her. That's the Black Eyed Susan soap. That is named for my mother, who really enjoys patchouli. But it's light on the patchouli smell, but you can't get away from the patchouli smell if you have it. So the next time I make it, I'm going to include poppy seeds, which will give it the black eyes. Have you ever seen a Black Eyed Susan flower? Next I have the honey oatmeal soap. There is no fragrance oil or essential oil in this. It is just, there's actually local honey particles from Cragness Farm. It has wonderful honey in it, which is a humectant. Next we have the goat's milk soap, and I make no claims except that soap cleans. But the bubbles are different, and a lot of people who claim to be more sensitive seem to enjoy this better. So that's not a claim, it's a, I don't know what it is. Oh, now this is a very popular one. The Fruit Looped soap. It has a beautiful color, if you can see here. It has applesauce in it, a little bit of chili powder, a wonderful smell, and it smells, can you believe it, like Fruit Loops. Very popular. Okay, so next up we have, I might only have one left of this Love Dazzler. It is a fruity, so it's like floral and fruity. And I made it for Mother's Day and Valentine's Day. It has that pink mica line in there. Very pretty. Very, very nice. Now this, I don't know if I told you about the clay bubble. We'll go back here first and then we'll end with the big finish. The clay bubble is a teen facial soap, which is a recommendation or a name, not a claim. It has the 4 Thieves. My version of the 4 Thieves is called Reformed Robber, and a lot of my customers use it on their face. Now this is the special one. This is the Water War, and if you are interested in soap making, you can follow this link because I was in a collaboration with many other soap makers, and this, it smells like a baby, fresh and clean. It's beautiful, and there's lots of other soap makers who had some of the same criteria and made this soap, but I have several of these bars available, and that pretty much concludes the Soapbox Tour. So the main thing you need to do is order right now. Oh, over here. I do have a few left, but it's the middle of July, isn't it? Is it June? It's June. It's the middle of June. So it doesn't seem like the right time for a Christmassy soap. But I do have some if you'd like to stock up, or maybe you want to buy Christmas gifts early. But I was considering just putting them to the back, you know. And that's a bayberry smell. That's what Christmas smelled like to me. So we are going to continue on with our soap making here. I'm going to be doing a class size batch. And if we ever get through with this COVID-19 thing, I'm going to be doing classes again, which I will do for $33. And it's this size mold, which is about a 2 pound. It's 2.4. No, let's see what it says here. Soap weight before cook, it's 2 pounds. It's a 2 pound batch. We make a 2 pound batch of soap, and you get to choose some of the things. So if you want to learn how to make soap, I can come to your space and teach you how to do. These are molds that my husband made. The original bubbly is an 8.5. Let's see what it says. Soap weight 7.8. Almost an 8 pound batch. Okay, so we're going to put it on pause and we'll go to the next step. So hang around if you want to see how to make soap. Okay, so the first thing I have here, this is my lye water that I made in my old lye container. And that's the most dangerous part of the whole soap making process. And that's where you need to know your safety, because lye is chemical hot and temperature hot, okay? So I'm going to add my lye water into my oils, and then I'm going to blend them, and that's how you make soap. So let me carefully do this. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you, and I forgot to give it a buzz. In my pot, I'm not sure that I told you, I do have my gloves on, coconut oil, soybean oil, manteca, and stearic acid. I use stearic acid in my bars because my YouTube trainer, I learned how to make soap by watching YouTube videos, uses stearic acid. So I do too. So now we're going to take our lye water, pour it right in there. Get every drop without splashing it. And then we're going to blend, and we're going to cook this for approximately 2 hours, 120 minutes, and then we're going to add the super fats. Let me do this. When you have an immersion stick blender, you want to keep it down so you do not splash. Oh, it just mixes right up like that. I can just leave you on. You may or may not like that. You can always fast forward if you don't. Did I tell you thank you for being here? Thanks for stopping by today. Thursday in the soapery. Now I've got the crock pots on low. I don't find it necessary to cook it on high. This is the penny version. There's lots of versions, and you're welcome to tell me about your version. But this is how I do it. Okay, see how that is thick like pudding? Well, I got the shadow in the way. It is. Oh, and did you see I have COVID hair? Don't care. I should care. Anyways, I have goofy hair, but I have a usable body today. Anyways, have I mentioned I love you today? I did. Ooh, I have to turn off the fan now. I was just telling Aunt Sally you should turn off all the other noises. Okay, in my Summer Sally soap, I'm going to put the rose jam from Steph's Micas and More. And it's wonderful. And if you see there, that's the percentage of fragrance oil that you put in the batch. Everything could be different. Okay, and I'm also going to use this, isn't this awesome? From Steph's Micas and More as well, is the Yellen. You can read that faster than I can say it. And I'm gonna use that somehow for my summer soap. I also, Katie Carson on Royalty Soaps is doing a whole soap series on how to make cold process soap. So I highly recommend if you're interested in soap making. Hot process and cold process is a little different, but those videos would be great. It's a soap school and it's called Royalty Soap. So I'm going to recommend that you look at those, and then hot process is just slightly different on that. And then also, I'm pretty sure that Steph has a YouTube channel as well, and she has a Facebook group that you can buy all of her items. So I'd like to give a shout out if you'd like to. Oh, and that's where this really fabulous scraper came from too. Anyway, Steph has some really wonderful products if you're interested in buying some soap making stuff. We just had our power go out. I guess it was a brownout, so my clock is not, maybe it is working right. I just saved the time. 3:37. Okay, this soap has cooked for 2 hours. And so now we are going to add the super fats, which I have put into this leftover coconut oil container. So my super fats are coconut oil, first pressed, cold pressed, extra expensive virgin olive oil. I put honey in the original bubbly soap, and it has some glycerin. So you put that all in, and then we're gonna cook our super fats for about 20-30 minutes, and then we're gonna let this soap cool down and add the orange essential oil to it. Except I got quite a bit of honey still here in my container. We want that honey to be moisturizing your skin, or whatever the proper word is for it. So now I can just throw this container away. Isn't that cool? How's that for recycling? So you just leave it in. Most people really love the original bubbly soap. So you just stir it in. All right, can you see? I should have showed you the soap before I did it, but I didn't. Oh, but the smell, even just with the honey, that's what, it has a wonderful smell. Very nice. And the other batch that I'm making that I'm going to be giving away is soap scrap samples. I'm going to add the honey at the end with the fragrance oil so that it doesn't change the color. Do you see how it's cooking in and it's changing the color a little bit? Now, I've always done it this way, so I'm not changing. I could change if I wanted to, but apparently I don't want to, so at least not with this. There's other things I want to change, and I'm not changing. I've got a good thing. It ain't broke, I'm not fixing it. But I can change it on the other and keep my notes. Do you have any questions about soap making? Please leave a comment if I'm able to do my video right. And then you could leave a comment if I did that right. Let me show you. There's nothing really to speak of in the other soap that you need to look at, so maybe I'll add on to the... We did have exciting news. That's what Aunt Sally and I just came across the country from Portland, Oregon, back to Marion, Illinois, which is southern Illinois. And we had quite an adventure. We went through the mountains. We went through Oregon, Wyoming, Utah. Where else did we go through? Idaho, Kansas, and then back to Illinois. Did you know that there are different kinds of mountains that look different ways? I never knew that. But that is what the truth is. All right, so we'll bring you back. We've achieved snack time, so that is a decaffeinated keto mocha drink that I am having a drink of, but we have achieved some serious excitement over here. The original bubbly hot processed soap is ready for the orange essential oil, and at the same time, the batch of Summer Sally soap is ready for the super fats. And right in the middle is my first collection of soap scrap samples. So we're going to let you guys follow along with this. It seems elementary, we can only do one thing at a time. So we'll have to do it that way. So we've got our molds ready. And I'm going to add coconut oil, glycerin, and olive oil to the Summer Sally soap, and then I'm going to do the fragrance oil. I'll try to hurry. Okay, so I need my recipe. A half a tablespoon of coconut oil. Oh, and luckily for me, it's 90, nope, it's over, oops, let's get that. Looks like somebody didn't wash the dishes properly. Who would that be? Let's get that out of there. Okay, clean as a whistle. Okay, so half a tablespoon. Oops, we're going generous. We're going generous on the coconut oil, so that's going to make a more luxurious bar. All right. Capital T tablespoon. Okay, so we've got our first pressed, cold pressed, extra virgin, extra expensive olive oil. Great for your skin. Okay. Got half a tablespoon, if I could talk. Okay, for our glycerin, we're going with a teaspoon. All I got to do is find it. And that's your super fats. I'm going to give it a quick stir, and then I'm going to add, and it's going to cook some more. I just love this little crock pot size. It really is a perfect size if you want to start making soap to learn, because you can actually put the mold you can use is like a creamer container, like what's that, half a pint size, and then you can just tear it off. It needs to be molded into something, but you can put it in anything, but you don't have to buy an expensive mold. Actually, I think on Steph's Micahs and More, she has a directions for a mold. Okay, so So we've got that. Now I got to find the lid. Here it is right behind where it belongs. Okay, so next, come over here. We're going to use our orange essential oil. So I got a big one because I use a lot of orange. So first we open it up and we don't spill all over the place. Ah! Okay, so it's going to be 4 tablespoons in this batch, which is 2 ounces, which is 2 of these. Math is not my favorite thing. And it's called fragrance forward. I like a fragrance forward soap. I don't like it to tickle you. I want it to make an impression. So now we're going to stir this in. Oh, I should have checked the temperature. I bet we're down to 160, but I think we're good. Ooh! Oh, it smells so delicious in here. It smells like Florida sunshine. Yeah, see, we're like well under 140-ish, so no time for that. Time to hurry along. Whoa! Stir in the fragrance oil. Oh, Lord, I'm spilling it everywhere. That's what happens when you get in a rush. That's what happens when Penny gets in a rush. She makes a mess. And look at it. It turned out very brown today. Let's bring you in a little bit. Okay. So you can get the idea about stirring. It's just pretty much the same thing. Well, it's time for a drink of water. You just mainly want to stir in your essential oils until it's stirred in. See how it still looks a little glassy there? I think you can see it in the screen. So I'm going to keep stirring. I'm going to keep stirring and then I'm going to put it in the mold. That reminds me, while I was pausing and still stirring in the orange, my alarm went off, and my new goal is to try to pray for 5 minutes around dinner time. 5 at 5:05, and guess what? It's 5:05. 77 inside my kitchen, and it's 87 outside, and I can't remember when I was talking about the coconut oil if I ever finished my thought. Coconut oil is firm when it's colder than 76, and it's liquid at 76 degrees. I never knew until I started doing videos. That's why you shouldn't be so determined about some things, that I am actually thinking one thing and I say something different, and I would never know it if I hadn't videoed myself. Oh my God. I know I was thinking the thing, but my mouth says something else. It's a crazy phenomena. So that's what I tell Tabitha when she was a kid. Now I tell Creighton and the grandkids. Try this on for size. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Makes the crow have a little barbecue sauce on it. Goes down a little easier. All right, well, it's time to get it in the mold. Do you have any questions or comments? I don't know how many samples I'll make of this. Let's see, I was going to have a contest. Let's see. I think it was email me. I just don't know how many people will actually email me for 2 bars of soap. I need your address if you're going to enter I'll have to do a better contest. Let's make it up right now. Email me, that's how you'll enter and you'll have to email me your address. So if you're far away, I can mail it to you. I'm going to request, I guess you could just try to win the soap. But if you could, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. If you're already subscribed, could you, could you do something? Oh, that's great promotion, don't you think? Oh, mercy. How about share it with somebody who buys handcrafted soap? You do what you need to do. But I think we're good for today. Sometimes you just gotta wipe your nose and finish. Hey, have I mentioned to you how much I love you? Thanks for stopping by. I don't have any conclusionary remarks, but I'm sure glad you hung out. Have a great day. There's the honey I'm going to put in the other soap.